In Christian circles, it's never okay to question the Bible. And then in secular circles, it's never okay to question science. Here's why I think we should question both. Hey guys, Sean from Empty Church here. Nice to see you again. As always, this is where we make videos about faith and following Jesus. We try to share our faith journeys on the 6 days between Sundays when the church buildings are empty, because we don't live in the four walls of a church, and neither do you. So let's sit down, have a conversation, and live empty. There are a lot of fancy words that theologians use, essentially saying that the Bible is true and correct and never wrong, but there are all these fancy words that people spout out to make their point that the Bible is true. But using any of those words never actually convinces anyone that the Bible is true. I think it all comes down to what we take for granted. Most people would say that Christians take the Bible for granted, being that it's correct because that a lot of Christians have grown up to believe that the Bible is real, and so it's never really been challenged. But then I have the same challenge for those kinds of people as I challenge their basic beliefs. And most of the time they fall back on science, just like Christians fall back on like a historical record for the historicity of the Bible. But I would say that both don't really have any feet to stand on besides faith. I acknowledge that all the reasoning and philosophizing in the world still cannot prove the existence of God. Why? Because God made it where we need to have faith that He exists. And I think the same goes for science. I think there's a fundamental level where you have to have faith in some of the most basic human senses that we take for granted in order to actually believe that all of this is actually here. I think my biggest problem is that I want to question everything, including the Bible. Not only the Bible or not only science. I have this maybe unhealthy understanding that many things are lies and many things are false, and I want to get down to the truth of the matter. But other people I see only want to question certain things that they're already biased not to believe in. For instance, how many people have actually viewed the fossil record that they always cite to show that the earth is so old, or that certain animals existed, or whatever else? We didn't see it on our own, we only saw it in the fossil record, and that's if you've actually seen the fossil record. Or what about the half-life of radioactive isotopes? How many people have actually seen this in action? No, we come down to it, we believe the textbooks that say that these two things exist and that they're reliable. On the other hand, people say that the manuscripts of the Bible can't be trusted. We have manuscripts dating back to 650 BC for the Hebrew Bible, which is the Old Testament, and then 325 AD for the New Testament, and yet we still cannot trust it, though we have this myriad of manuscripts that show that what was written is what was written. It hasn't changed. But those same people want to believe in a textbook that's renewed and changed every year. Please do not get me wrong. I grew up watching The Magic School Bus, Bill Nye the Science Guy, and the Discovery Channel. My whole childhood was viewing the Bible and science both as truth. And the whole time I thought that and visualized that both could go together. And then I got older and I learned that there's two people on the side of the argument and they say neither can coexist. But I think that they can interact and coexist together and support each other, in fact. I think that it's a mistake on both sides to say that neither of them can go together. I think that's a huge mistake, because there's so much to be learned through science about the world in which God created. Human reason has been put on a pedestal only when it suits us. And for some reason, if we slap "science says" on something, we instantly believe it. The only way I can think of people starting to question science is if I said "science says that the Bible is true." And that's only because the Bible instantly makes people think that something's not true. If I was a pop scientist and I said that dog farts from the previous universe made up to 75% of the elements that came together to create the Big Bang, people would eat it up. But if I say that the Bible is true, I'm instantly wrong. In the end, I don't care if you question the Bible. Just actually get out there and research it. Don't just call it all false before you even look into it. And I challenge the same thing for Christians. Don't just say all science is wrong. Actually research it, understand it. See what you believe in the Bible and see what is in science, and see if they're able to interact within your worldview. Don't find just one source on the internet that proves your point and call it quits. Actually get out there and challenge yourself. Really challenge yourself. If you can't do that, what can you actually believe anyway? That's where I'm going to end today's video. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything. And for more ways to engage your faith on the 6 days between Sundays, check out our website at www.empty.church. Thanks for watching.